Hello everybody out there in TikTok land, Facebook world, and YouTube, and Instagram. Well, technically not Instagram right now, but we'll see about that. Oh, this is my first post pre-inauguration, so, but when I talked about TikTok was gone for now on my last post, or on my last live, I said on that post that I'm pretty sure that it wasn't going to be down for long. And look at that. It wasn't down for, it was only down for like 12 hours or something like that. So yeah, it was a short-lived time. And then all the conspiracy theories are abounding out there about it all. But don't believe in all the conspiracies. Nah, you believe in what you want. That's what makes this world great, is we have our opinions, we can say what we want to say, and we get people mad because we say what we want to say. Well, here in Arkansas, it's a blistering 16 degrees. It's been down to about 15 degrees here. We haven't gotten that negative temperatures like I'm seeing some people living out their dreams of negative temps with. But with that being said, the nice winter weather that we've got, enjoy us, because I've got busted pipes now. So now I'm crawling my happy ass underneath my house, and you know, I am having to replace some piping under the house. It sucks because it's cold, number one. I did throw a heat lamp under there last night to hopefully thaw out a section of the pipe that I need to chop off because I thought I had it fixed, but as soon as she turned the water on again, my girlfriend, water spewed everywhere. It's a beautiful thing to be a homeowner. Oh, Lordy. But the biggest thing is with all of this is that, you know, this isn't the first time it's happened during the winter time. The very first year I lived in this house, within the first month, I had to replace piping in the cold, in the winter time. Luckily there wasn't snow on the ground, and there's not snow on the ground now. I mean, there's a little bit still hanging around from our 9 to 12 inches of snow that we've had here. We still have snow on the ground from that event. Just not here in my yard, I don't think. I don't remember seeing any. No. We don't have any more in our yard. I love the snow. I love to watch it build up. But it does make for a rough time. Let's see here. Got me a nice little score of comic bookas. I did post, I'm pretty sure I posted them on here with my little video. Oh shit, seeing an alien behind you. Does that mean you believe in them? Yes, I've actually seen UFOs. I haven't seen an alien yet, but I want to. But no, I've always been fascinated with cryptids. And in fact, my comic book is going to have aliens and Bigfoot and things like that. Things that I have seen. Because yes, I have seen a Bigfoot. In real life. No, I didn't have my camera out because I was on a hiking trail. And so I don't have my phone out, you know, all that good stuff. But I did see one. I've seen many UFOs. I live in a haunted house, so I believe in ghosts and spirits and poltergeist because I get stuff thrown off shelves all the time. So yeah, good question, or good sorry, good shout out right there. And Brisk, you still need to be my sponsor. Jerks. It's a good way to get a sponsor, huh? Call them jerks. When I lived out in Arkansas, the worst snow we got was about 4 inches. Crazy to hear about. Yeah, we had roughly about 9 inches about a week ago. In some parts it was 12 inches, and that wasn't a drift. That was just straight downfall. And so yeah, it was cool because it was like a total true winter wonderland. Here, everything was coated in snow. The trees, the the cedars and pines, they looked awesome. And then the other trees had snow built up on them and then ice, coating those. So they looked really, really awesome. It looked like something you would see in Alaska, really. And so that was pretty cool. But yes, my comic book deals with cryptids as well as, witches and warlocks and things of that nature. And it's going to be cool. I can't wait. This is the year that I'm rebuilding my entire brand. And this alien behind me, holding, let me get you real close right there so you can see the whole thing. And I can talk really, really loud into the microphone because it's down on the bottom of the phone. But it's 412 Productions. I was Anderson Graphics Kingdom, which is no longer exist. So anybody that has anything from Anderson Graphics Kingdom from 2014 to 2024 is now a collector's item because that company no longer exists. I transitioned to 412 Productions and I'm not looking back from there. I'm doing all kinds of cool stuff. Let me show you one of the cooler things right now that's going on. It's my Mr. Billy the Puppet from Saw. Yes, he has been turned into a clock. It is a saw blade, so fitting, apropos, right there. And yes, it does work. As you can see, the second hand moving around and around and around. I want to play a game. But yes. No, it's pretty cool. Someone suggested I do this, and so I decided why not give it a shot. And it turned out really well. So I'm looking forward to that, as far as being hung on somebody's wall. Not mine, but somebody else's. So if you're interested, hit me up. I also have this one that sits on a placard stand that says, I want to play a game. Right there. And then, so this saw blade, not the other one you just saw, sits in there just like that. And it sits on your nightstand. You can put your phone on it. You can put your keys on it once it gets all sealed up. And then, the other one, which is already spoken for, technically both of these are spoken for, is my Art the Clown blade. I will do custom blades for any character that you want because I've got a few blades left. I'm on the hunt for some new blades. Some new blades that are cheap. All these blades I got at an antique store for $1 a piece, so I couldn't pass that up. But again, it sits in the base just like this as well. Right there. And right here, The Art of Art is what that says on there. Now, speaking of all these social media channels that I brought up earlier at the beginning of the show, what do you think about the UFO sightings that have been going on in Arizona? UFO sightings happen all the time. Now, in Arizona, that's a whole different ball game because are they U.S. made, aircraft that they're testing from alien technology, or are they true alien crafts? Because people are seeing lights in the sky on practically a daily basis in Arizona, and in certain other areas of the world as well. So it's very difficult to, pinpoint, if it truly is a UFO phenomenon or if it is, and they talk about UFO phenomenon as being portals, that's why they disappear so fast. Because they hit a portal and they go on. As well as Bigfoot sightings are supposedly, interactive with UFO sightings as well. It's like they put them here and then they take them back. So you can see them for a split second. Speaking of hauntings, I'm hearing things. But, so you take your pick on that one. I know what I've seen. I've seen a many different styles and different kinds in my lifetime, which is 53 years. And it's always interesting to see them, especially when you're not expecting to see them at all. Now you get people that are hunting them on a regular basis, but I don't go hunting for them. But I know what I've seen, and so I'm a believer. And I'm a believer. But yeah, no, it's all cool. So I'm gonna have that type of stuff in my comic book because I'm writing the comic book right now. And what I was getting ready to say was, you can go to my profile page, and you can go to my link in bio, and you can hit my website, which gives you, not me, I've already done it, access to all of my social medias. From YouTube, I need more subscribers. I need a lot more subscribers, so go over to my YouTube channel and subscribe. All of my live videos get posted over there, so those don't get missed. And I'm hoping they're informative to everybody that watches them. I'm starting to get more viewership over there as far as people watching the lives on, well, technically not live yet on YouTube. But Instagram, I was doing live because TikTok was down, so I went to Instagram live, and that was pretty cool. Now, on TikTok, as opposed to all my other social medias, whenever I do a live, I get upwards of 900 plus viewers over here on TikTok, whereas I only get about 10 to 15 on my other social medias. So, doesn't make any sense at all. Complete strangers over here on TikTok jumping on my live. But it's great. I mean, I appreciate everybody jumping in, even if it's for a few minutes, just to hear me ramble about all kinds of different things. If you missed it, for those of you just joining us, I do have a bunch of artwork up for sale. And I do custom work commissions. So if you're interested in any of those, you can hit me up in the DM section. But yeah, no, I'm dealing with busted water pipes right now. So no water to the house at this moment. Which does suck, to be honest. What's up? So, but yeah, busted water pipes in the winter. Nice and cold outside. Heat lamp under the house, so hopefully it's warm under there whenever I crawl up in there tonight, or this morning, whenever I go out there, which will be after the goat feeding time. No, I homestead, I do artwork, and I am a disabled veteran. Combat vet at that. But yeah, no, it's the wintertime sucks when it comes to, oh no, this person's roof fell in. That sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. Was it due to snow or just something else? Because my roof is good. I haven't had any issues with my roof. So, ice unfortunately will do that to a roof, especially if the roof is not sound. And I'm sorry to hear that. So, Red Dog, sorry to hear that. That really does suck. I mean, the wintertime is the worst on structures a lot. Hotels are nice. They can be expensive. I mean, but if your insurance is paying for it, then live it up. Order that room service. No. I lived out of a hotel motel for, well, it was a hotel. For nearly, oh, your landlord's fixing it? That's cool. I'm glad they're getting it fixed. I lived out of a hotel after my divorce in 22 for almost 4 months. I hated it because I kept having to change rooms after a week, and I had quite a bit of stuff up and running so I could continue doing artwork on a regular basis, computers and things like that, and it sucked. It was rough. But then I landed this place, and it's been a headache ever since. I've contemplated selling it, but it's just like, well, I still owe, my mortgage on it. Haven't won the lottery to pay it off completely, so And Prize Picks isn't doing me any favors either. So I'm a traveling nurse. I live in a hotel all the time. Well, no, I get that. I used to work for Wally World, and I was asset protection. And I used to travel from place to place, and we lived out of hotels for 2 weeks at a time. So I get what you're saying. And I know a lot of nurses. A lot of my female friends are nurses, and I have some male friends that are nurses as well. But the majority are female nurses that I know, that I've grew up with from high school. Well, I can understand your wife doesn't like living out of hotels, or probably doesn't like you being gone as much, probably either. So, but yeah, no, I totally understand that. I mean, it's rough to travel a lot, and live out of hotels, and especially if the wife doesn't get to come, or if she gets to come, she probably doesn't like the fact that, hey, I'm living in a hotel. She didn't mind. Well, that's good. I mean, there's got to be some compromise in marriage when it comes to, the profession that you choose. And my second ex-wife did not enjoy my profession at all, which is my artwork. And so for the first, I guess, almost 6 years of our marriage, I put the pen and paper down because she filled my head with a bunch of shit. And she basically told me that it wasn't good enough. It wasn't going to be able to support the household. So you needed to find a real job. And so I did. You're newlyweds. Gotcha. Well, best of luck on the journey. I've been through 2 divorces. And, it's apparently marriage is not for me. The first ex-wife asked me for a divorce, and then before the divorce was even final, she was already re-engaged. So, kind of know where that one was headed from a point in time. And then the second one, I asked for the divorce just because of the complete controlling aspect that she had. Typical, if you look up female narcissist, you would probably find her picture in that category. Oh, wow. You're going to North Dakota for a year. That's crazy. But, if that's where the job takes you for that short period of time, then by all means, hopefully she's going with you, right? Because a year away from your spouse is a long time. I know. It put a damper on my first marriage because I was in the military and I was deployed to Afghanistan. I was actually gone for 17 months on that deployment. Oh, she's not going with you? Eesh. I'm sorry. Keep in contact, FaceTime, all that good stuff. Or, some kind of face live somewhere, so that you can see each other on a regular basis. But yeah, Afghanistan, she's in school getting, that's cool. Congratulations to her getting her master's. My daughter got her master's in library science. She's a teacher, and she also runs the library at the school that she works at. And so, she can, thank you for all the loves, the hearts, and all that good stuff. Oh, forensic psychology, that's cool. That's a good field to be in, especially right now in today's day and age. That's pretty cool. But like, share, and comment on this post, and that helps get me out there to more people so that people can see my face. Not that they really want to see my face, but I just try to have fun with all of it. Just because I know the world is bitter enough, especially right now. And it shouldn't be, but, everybody has opinions on everything. Yeah, she's smart. I'm a guy. No, I get that. I get that mentality. But you're smart too if you're in the traveling nurse business. because you got to know your biz. Otherwise, it's you're gonna hurt somebody. Like when I was a human pincushion in Afghanistan, when we had to get when we were researching for our combat lifesavers, I literally had my arm upside down on the table, and they were trying to hit the vein back here. And then the instructor, the actual combat medic, was like, whoa, he's done. You can't poke him anymore. 18 years, that's cool. I have never been at a job for 18 years. Every job that I've been at that was longevity was just over 9 years. That was my stint with Award Design Metals when I was designing belt buckles for rodeos, and jewelry and t-shirts and all kinds of stuff for a company out of Noble, Oklahoma. And then my next stint was at Wally World for just over 9 years. So that's my longevity at Works. And all things in between have been pretty crappy jobs in between. Or no jobs in between, you know. And that's the roughest part, when you've got no job. I mean, I had money, but from the sale of a house, but that only lasts so long, you know. Especially when you get remarried after you got a divorce, and about a year later you're getting married again, which was not my real good idea. But can't you make a t-shirt of the podcast? Hold on, what did I say? Of the pictures in the back? Yeah. No, I'm going to be doing that with my merch. I'm going to be putting 412 Productions on a lot of stuff. You'll probably be seeing it on a shirt like this. Ba-bam! And, you know, this is my rebuilding year, Red Dog. And that's what I was saying I killed my old business at 2024. Everybody thought I was actually getting out of the artwork side of it all. And that's not the case, period, at all. And I appreciate you sharing my live as well. Because I have a passion for the artworks, you know. And right here, this is one of my sketch covers that I drew up of Spider-Gwen right here. And, you know, it's a very cool cover. A lot of people, you know, don't like certain things, but, you know, I draw all kinds of things. I'm getting ready to work on my House of Secrets right here. Gonna put me a nice little swamp thing. You've got millions of friends. I wish I had millions of friends. I only have like 3,000 on here, but they're growing. I'm going to be doing up a Street Fighter, so I've got both of those on my art desk right at the moment. If you guys didn't see, you can pick up my Billy the Puppet clock on this one. As you can see, the second hand is going right there. But yeah, and I've also got, you know, the other one, which sits on a base that says, "I want to play a game." Right there. And then you set the blade in that little slot right there. And it does that. And you can set your phone on it. Well, I appreciate it, man. You have a great day as well. I'm on here for another 45 minutes or so. But I appreciate you stopping in, Red Dog. Thanks for all the commentary and all of the... Oh, cool, Red Dog. You got the #1 gifter badge. So awesome sauce. Much appreciated, brother. Be safe in your travels. Be safe. I don't know where you're at or located, but be safe. Yeah. Thanks for all the love and liking the post. Share the post out. Get it to your friends and followers and your millions of people out there too. Because, you know, that's what this is about. It's all about networking. I'm an artist, a graphic artist with 412 Productions, the art of Monty Anderson, which is the logo behind me. Let me give you a closer look at that. And there you go. You can look at it just like that. I have 2 different logos. If you're on my YouTube channel, which you can go to my profile, you can hit my profile up there, and it has links to my website. From my website, it has a link to all of my social medias directly under my 412 Productions logo. Now, like I was saying, I got two different logos, which you can see on the website as well, which is my other one, which is the alarm clock, which is where all this originated as far as 412 Productions goes. And the story goes, and I know several people have heard it, and they probably get tired of me telling this story. Too bad. 412. I used to wake up at 4:12 a.m. almost every day. And this was even before the military service. And so I would wake up, and I wouldn't grab a little makeup. For those of you that know, you know. And so I'd wake up at 4:12 pretty much every day. Well, one day I woke up, grabbed my phone. Oh, look, it's 4:12. Set the phone down on the nightstand, and it was like, boom, this big flashing sign just boom right across my vision and in my head, and it said Productions. And it was just like, Productions, why am I thinking Productions? And then I got to looking at the time again. It was 412 Productions. Okay. And that I've had on the back burner for a very, very long time now. And I just never did anything with it because I didn't know. I just couldn't see a right time to produce it, if you will. And so, as time went by, and after I got a divorce, I got to thinking, you know, what better time than now to reinvent everything? Because why do I want to continue holding on to something that, I'm sounding like William Shatner here, because I'm looking for things and I'm trying to talk at the same time. Because why do I want to hold on to things that could be sending up bad signals to somebody out there? Someone that only liked my artwork from that side of the fence because of who I was married to. And that's what happened a lot. The only reason I was getting artwork from some of the people that I was getting artwork from or selling artwork to was because of the person I was married to. They were only doing it for the marriage. And as far as, you know, them saying, oh, I'll always support you and all that good stuff, not a single one of them have. After my divorce, all the ones that used to buy artwork from me have stopped. Now there are a few occasions, Bobby, you're one of the cool ones out there, that continues to buy artwork no matter what. But there's tons of other ones that were continuously buying artwork on a regular basis, and was even going to order like 15 Christmas ornaments from me, you know. And then as soon as the divorce was told, boom, no more artwork from any of those people. And the ones that would always say that, oh, I'll always be there for you no matter what, you know, not just for buying artwork, but just for anything that you might need. Or, you know, like me, I lived out of a hotel for almost 4 months. You know, I've got the entire stack of key cards sitting over here from my stay at the hotel. And except for a couple, there's probably a couple in there that I didn't save, but yeah, it was totally crazy because they were like, yeah, I've got a spare bedroom that you can use. And then when it came time to be like, hey, I'm running out of money here living out of a hotel. Can I? Oh, well, that room's packed out. I can't really get you in there right now. And it's just like, are you serious? Are you freaking serious right now? So, And that happened 2 different times. And at that point in time, I was just like, all right, I'll just stick to the hotel and try to figure it out. And we figured it out. It just hurt us both financially. Because a friend of mine stepped up and actually paid for the room a couple times when I couldn't. And yes, I still had a job, but I still couldn't afford, living out of a hotel for, months at a time without it, draining your bank account while you're still having to pay everything else. So, but yeah, no, it's totally crazy the things that people tell you, and they're like, no, don't worry about it. I'll be there for you forever. We're friends, we're besties, and all that good stuff. And it's just like, let's call in that favor. And they're like, oh, peace out. Nope, see ya. It's just like, okay, you see where your true friends are. And I guess that some, not all, but some have to choose an alliance. Do you still be friends with the ex-wife, or do you be friends with me because you don't see me anymore because I don't go to the same church that you go to now, or that you've been going to, those type things. Yes, I was a churchgoer, and that's where going to church has burned me big time. And this isn't the first time. So, do I go to church anymore? No, I do not. Do I still believe in God? Of course I do. But do I believe in ghosts, goblins, spirits, witches, the devil, all that stuff? Of course I do. Because you can't have one without the other. And that's why, that's kind of what my comic book is going to be talking about in a roundabout manner. Some people aren't going to enjoy the comic book just because of the subject matter, because there is witchcraft, there is, supposedly made up beings out there, like Bigfoot and aliens and things of that nature. But again, these are all things that I have seen. I have seen UFOs. I have seen Bigfoot. I have ghosts in my house. I have poltergeist activity in my house. I've caught orbs on my lives. I was talking about my laminate box from Hellraiser. If you don't know what that is, you can look it up. And while I was holding the laminate box, an orb goes right into my hat. And you can see it clearly on the video. And I've posted the video out there. This is about 1.5 years ago, I guess. But I get orb activity in my library on a regular basis. Sorry, I gotta get another brisk drink so I can get this thing out of my throat. And so all the stuff that I'm writing about is stuff that I believe in. Okay? Yes, with this comic book, I am the writer. I am the author of this novella. It's not a novel. It's just a comic book, folks. But it's going to be cool. It's a 4-issue miniseries. And why a 4-issue miniseries, you might ask? Well, let me tell you. The 4-issue miniseries was very, very popular in the late 80s to early 90s. Made popular by none other than Marvel Comics. Okay? And so those were very nostalgic times to be around with. Just because they got you more in depth with the character. And so I enjoyed reading those comics as a kid. And so that's the nostalgic feel that I want to have whenever I bring my comic book into the world. Okay? And that's just because I want that fun to be had whenever you pick up my comic book. I don't want there just to be and I'm just using this as an example, it's a sketch cover. I've got a bunch sitting over here. It's just like oh, okay, well, it's just another comic book. Okay. Oh, okay, I'm done with it. And then you toss it off to the side or roll it up like they used to do as kids. But this one's actually cool. 30th anniversary of Prophet by Rob Liefeld and Dan Panosian. This was a very cool book and one of my favorites as far as the storyline went and the character itself. But good old Prophet right there. But yeah. And so I want that fun to be had. I don't want there just to be another ho-hum, ho-drum story. And I want you to be captivated by everything that's in there. And so that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. It's just like whenever someone purchases a piece of artwork from me or gets a commission from me, the smile that the artwork produces on their face is phenomenal to see, especially when you see it in person. Now, I don't always get to see it, just because whenever you mail something off to somebody, they don't send a picture of their face whenever they get the merchandise. In fact, I'm going to talk to a buddy of mine to make sure he actually got his piece in the mail on Wednesday. Yeah, he should have already gotten it. Or he should be getting it today. Or was it? I don't remember what. It was going to be there Wednesday. I can't remember if it was this Wednesday or last Wednesday, but I think it was last Wednesday. But if it wasn't last Wednesday, it's this Wednesday, and I'll get in touch with him. But he's a repeat customer, and so that's awesome. So I just want that fun and nostalgic to be had, so that whenever you pick it up, you're like, "Oh, I need the next issue. Oh, I need." But here's the thing: most of them will come as issues 1 through 4. Now, there will be other covers, just because I want to bring in 3 other artists per book, and not have the same artist per book, other than my own, on the cover. So each issue is going to have a guest artist for it. So that will be cool, in my opinion, anyway. And I know a lot of people do it, but a lot of people do it too much. They have way too many covers for just your average Joe out there who just wants to buy comics. And so, I'm so sorry. With that being said, I didn't want to do, like 7 covers or 8 covers to one book. Being a 4-issue miniseries, why not have 4 covers per book? And if you do the math on that, that's 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 plus 8 is 16. Now, I understand that is not relevant in today's society, where they think 2 plus 2 can be whatever they want it to be. But in reality, you got 16 covers for the 4-issue miniseries. So that will be cool. I've already got people in mind who I'm going to be contacting to do some covers. And I think that's going to be fun. Just because, again, I want that fun factor to be had. Yeah, there'll be some serious moments in the comic book, but it's not all going to be serious. Alright? So, but that's the fun of it. You can have your serious moments, but then you can have your offbeat fun moments as well. And that's what I'm looking forward to as I'm writing. I am on page 18 of, I believe it's either going to be a 22 or 24 issue comic book. You always have to have an even number. You can't have an odd number. So, I don't know about any splash ups for this, but there will be splash pages and original artwork from some of the same people that I'm going to get in contact with for the book to go into the graphic novel. Now, I've debated softcover, hardcover on the graphic novel. which combines all 4 comics together, plus all the covers, plus any splash pages that I will be doing as well. So be on the lookout for all of this. I don't know when. I'm trying to get more character profiles sketched up. I'm trying to get the book written because I want to write the entire book and make sure everything is in line with each other as each book flows. So that is, good grief, that is the goal. That is the complete goal, is to get them all written and then start the illustration process. Because once I start the illustration process, there ain't no turning back from there. But the way I'm writing it, it's like a storyboard, so that I know what's happening throughout what needs to happen in each panel going down. So, and I glean information from other comic books. You know, it's like, so how should a good page look? You know, and even going back to here, which is 19. What year was this? This is a reprint, but this is originally from 1971. And a lot has not changed in here, per se, as far as how panels are laid out and things of that nature, because pretty much your panels are laid out, you know, still the same as a regular comic book. They just did them a little different because they thought, well, this would be the easiest way to do it. So you see these panels and how they look. Let me get you a double panel page right here. So you see how these panels look. You know, pretty similar, pretty cool, pretty laid out, nice, neat, boom. You know, all that good stuff. Good old Bernie Wrightson right there. And then you jump into the 1990s, and you get panels that are more like this. Full page panels instead of each page broken up. But yet you still have that nostalgia of, if you want the panels broken up. Let me find a page in here. It keeps flipping to that page. I don't want to screw the book up either. Most of theirs was minimal page design and more artwork, as I'm looking. Yeah, because this is completely different in the style of how they laid out pages in the 90s. And even the pages in now, the 20th century of the 2020 to 25, even the pages are laid out completely different from that. So, I mean, this one, what year is this one? This one's 2023. But yet, the pages are very similar to the 90s, but they're also kind of similar to the 1971 with how they blocked out each page and panel and things of that nature. But then you get your big split screens and your big dumps of, you know, full panels, you know, in there. So the style technically hasn't changed, and so whenever I'm doing this, I want that nostalgic feel, but I also want modernization when it comes to the comic book. So that's what I'm shooting for. There are, you know, like in the 1971 House of Mysteries by Bernie Wrightson there are a lot of similarities there because I put a lot of panels in my on per page, meaning that, you know, there could be upwards of 8 panels to a page. Now there could be 1 panel on 1 page, you know. It just depends on what that scene is calling for. So basically you're writing you're creating a storyboard for a movie, is basically what you're doing. And speaking of which, if you ever saw Sin City, it first started out as a Frank Miller comic book. A very talented artist, Frank Miller. Frank Miller? Mark Miller. It's Frank. It's got to be Frank, yeah. With his Sin City, they literally put the panel up on a green, or on a they projected it onto a board behind the actors. And then they would line the actors up in the exact same position as that panel from the page of the comic book. So, whenever you are seeing that movie, they are literally almost to a T in the same pose that they were in the comic book. That's how close they wanted this movie to be when it came down to it. And so that, I always thought that was a very cool way to make a movie. But not everybody does it that way. Some people get a storyboard drawn up, but then from there they still improvise the scenes. So, and that's cool, because that's your vision, that's your, how you want your story to look when it comes to a movie. But, that artist did a whole lot of work for you, and you're not even going to follow it, or you follow it to just a tiny bit. But, the artist still got paid, hopefully, all that good stuff. Now, those of you on TikTok only get to see one piece of artwork right there, unless you go to my website via my profile picture up there, right there. Excuse me. And then you can go to my website, or you can follow me on any of my other socials that are underneath my logo directly behind me, not you, behind me, which is on the page, the very top section of the page. It has all my socials on it, from YouTube to Instagram to TikTok to Facebook. So you can follow me on all those platforms. I really need the subscriptions on YouTube, so please go subscribe to my YouTube channel and then share it out, because a lot of my recordings from here, not here but here, go directly to my YouTube channel once I get finished here for the day. Once sunup happens, which is in a few hours, I'll be crawling under my house. For those of you that didn't join in at the beginning of the show, I have burst water pipes at my house because it's wintertime and it's 16 degrees outside. And so my pipes did not bode well. They are on a exposed wall anyway. I do have to, get some more insulation for that, for the pipes. But broken water pipes suck big time, no matter what you do. Unlike Red Dog, who was on here earlier, his roof collapsed and he's living out of a hotel right now, just because of all the snow and ice that was on his roof, which does suck for them, for him and his new wife. But yeah, no, wintertime is not the time to try and be fixing pipes under your house. Especially when it's a crawl space, And you've got broad shoulders. So yeah, it's a little tight fit, especially when you're bundled up. There's not much room for maneuverability up under there. But I'll get it done. I got to clip off a section because I tried to fix it last night, and then realized that there was a whole nother broke section after I put it together, which I didn't see until after we turned the water on again. And then water was just still spraying everywhere. So I was like, well, shit. Gotta fix that. So I did. And, gotta fix that. Gotta fix that. Some good old Black Eyed Peas. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. This is my rebuilding year, like I've been telling everybody. for 412 Productions. Will be back to the convention circuit in 2026. I just wanted to take a break so that I could start rebuilding all of my product that I'm going to be introducing to the world when it comes back to conventions. From my canvas prints to the 11 by 17 prints to product like this. For those of you just joining, you can get your own Billy the Puppet clock on a saw blade. Very cool, very cool. Yes, it does work. Or you can get a piece like this. I want to play a game. This sits on your nightstand or coffee table as a talking point, and if someone breaks into your house, you can use this saw blade to, throw at them. Not that I'm encouraging violence, but if someone does break into your house, show some violence. But yeah, so you got a couple of different styles that I can do for you when it comes to this. Let me show you the Art the Clown one as well. That is all sealed up. That says Art of Art, the Art of Art on here. But there you go. Oops. Let me straighten him up right there. That's cool. Didn't even realize that, but put it on the right side. But there you go. That is that one. This one's already spoken for, but I can create you one similar to if you're interested in something like this. Have the lamb stop screaming, Clarice. I'm a horror buff. I love my horror movies. Always have, always will, until the day I die. But yeah, no, it's this year is all about change, in a good way. Because why I created 412 Productions was because I felt like now was the right time, especially if there was any negative or ill will towards my other company, Anderson Graphics Kingdom. So that company died. December 31st of 2024, that company died at that point in time. We are now 412 Productions doing better and bigger things when it comes to the realm of the comic book and convention scene. But we will not be going to conventions until 2026. So that gives me an entire year, which doesn't sound like a long period of time since we're already 22 days into this one, into this month, 22 days into this year, to start getting my product up and running, including t-shirts and coffee mugs and who knows what else for 412 Productions all over it. But I am looking forward to this whole endeavor. I'm just not looking forward to crawling under my house later to fix that broken pipe. But it's got to be done, and I'm the guy to do it. Because I kind of know what I'm doing, just a little bit. Yeah, I'm tired. I've been up since about 1 something this morning. That's just me now. I don't sleep in. I get back to artwork and creating and brainstorming and figuring out what I'm going to be doing next. I do have a David piece that I'm going to be working on from the Lost Boys for a buddy of mine that bought one of my Art the Clown placards. So if you need something like that, hit me up. I've got plenty of saw blades left. I am looking for more as I go to antique stores. So like I said, I bought those at an antique store for $1 each, and I spent $10 on them all. So there was 10, and then I ended up finding 2 more out in my shop from the previous owners who lived here that left me a ton of shit to go through that I'm still sorting through 3 years later, and so I appreciate them for that. But there's a lot of cleanup that I'm still doing here on the property, but it's coming along. Like I said, a homestead. So I've got goats, chickens, ducks. I got a pig that thinks she's a dog, and I've got a dog that thinks she's a pig. So go figure. But it's fun. It's exciting. I've got eggs on a regular basis. I sell eggs on a regular basis. I even shipped eggs to people. Free ranging eggs. Can't beat that. And if you don't wash them, you can keep them on your counter for upwards of a month and a half. Almost 2 months. And a lot of people are like, what? No, it's serious. It's true. I haven't had a bad one yet. But we've learned and gleaned a lot of our knowledge from other chicken homesteaders and things like that do this, have been doing this longer than I have. And they've given us tips and tricks and things of that nature. So, TikTok, I need some sponsorships. I need some commission from some of these stuffs. So get me on a list. Get me on a send me some product to test out and share with the world. The affiliate program. No, I'm not one of those creators that gets money off of TikTok. I get money off of Facebook over here and Instagram. But when it comes to TikTok, I'm pretty sure I'm not making anything over here. Even though I get more views over here. So I need some product for people to ogle over. Like Presto, the whiteout pen. This pen is so glorious that it has a fine tip on it, and you can write over everything. Or you can even sign your own name in this. Now, this one you will not be able to find from Pentel now, because they don't make this anymore. I don't think they make this style anymore. This is super old. Let's see. But it still works great for me. Yeah, it does not have a date on it. But multi-purpose, ozone safe. Jumbo correction pen. Still got a little whiteout in there. I've been using that for a long time. And it's fun. But yeah. But no, it would be cool to get some of these, knives or action figures or things like that to promote to the world for you guys to check out. And maybe I'll start looking more into that whenever I go into the shop section to see if I can become an affiliate for someone out there. And I know there's tons of affiliates out there, and I will link it in the bio. No, I'm just kidding, because I don't have anything to link down here. I do have something to link up here, not here, but here, for you. But you can go check out my website, which will take you to all my social medias, from Facebook to Instagram to TikTok and YouTube, all there on my website. But it is in my profile. It is in the link up there. You can click that and go there. But please, whenever you're watching these shows, please like, share, and comment, because that helps out us over here, and it also gets more people to come in whenever you start liking it or commenting or even sharing it out to your fans and followers on your side, which is always cool to interconnect with each other via the apps. But yeah, no, House of Secrets, Street Fighters coming up next. And then I'll be working on a few other ones that I still have over here. I do have a whole box, which you guys can't see, but you guys can, of blanks. I'm going to be talking to Brandon Jones, Mr. Bonesy Jonesy from Bonesy Jonesy Comics and Collectibles. Oh, sorry. Because he does have a whole box and a half, which can be consolidated into one box, of blank covers that I'm thinking about taking off his hands. I just need to know a price, So I'll be getting in touch with him, and then that way that opens up my realm when it comes to blank covers that I've got on hand. And then I'll just start working on those and having them up for sale. My comic covers are not badly priced, so if you're interested in one of those, hit me up in the DMs and we will talk. There is a shipping fee, when it comes down to it. But for the most part, I'm relatively easy to work with. You give me a vision, and I'll bring it to life. On a comic or on paper. I use 140-pound cardstock, so no bristle board or anything like that, because I just like the stock, because it makes you feel like you're getting something more substantial whenever you get it, because it is a thick paper stock. It's basically this, which you can hear, as opposed to, I don't have any real paper in here, but let me see. As opposed to, this one. As opposed to this. This. Or this. But speaking of which, this is what the old logo looked like whenever I did it. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. That's awesome, Brewster. That's so awesome, Brewster. His dinner is in the oven. Sorry, if you've known Fright Night, you'll know what that's from. The original Fright Night. And then it was like, yeah, I penciled that up, a quick sketch, and then I brought it to life on the computer in my Adobe files. Not the new shit. Not the AI-generated shit. But the old CS4. Not even the CS6. So that's how old my program is. And it was like, this is cool. This is so awesome. I love it. And then a few days later, after I designed this, it was like, I hate it. It's so stiff. It's so non-personal. And then this one was born. This alien was born, as opposed to the other shitty version. And I love this one so much better. And I'm glad I went ahead and reworked my brain pan with it and was like, no, this is shit. I need something better. I am an artist after all. Let's create something good for the people out there. The fans, the family. Because once you start buying artwork from me on a regular basis, you become family. You become a friend. There's no more of this, oh, you're just a client to me. No, there's none of that. But again, I like to have fun with all of my artwork. I like to enjoy life. Now, I don't do as much as I used to, but I'm getting back into that. I really hate these from you, TikTok. There we go. Thank you. Thank you for letting me get that puzzle piece where it needs to be. I don't know if that's coming up on an hour or if that's I said something what it felt like was derogatory. But they do this little puzzle slide thing on a regular basis. I don't know if it's whenever you're coming up on an hour or if it's, they feel like you said something derogatory in a statement as you're talking. But I've said worse already throughout this entire broadcast that would have got me puzzle banned or whatever they do right there. But no, this year is already shaping up to be a great year so far. Commissions are coming in, and so I can't complain. I'm loving it, and I'm looking forward to what this year holds, because it's going to be a lot more time spent doing, other stuff than just, artwork and going to comic book conventions on a regular basis. So I am looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to having you guys buying artwork. If you want to know what I've got for sale, hit me up in my DMs. And I do have a lot of stuff for sale. That goes for you guys over here too. Just because, I don't want to hold on to it anymore. So make it look very homely on your walls, especially if you're into horror or comic book related stuff. We got all kinds of cool stuff ready for your walls and to get out of my hands and out of my portfolios. And I'll probably flip on some of that Maybe tomorrow. Maybe. We'll see. See if I go live tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday. I could go live tomorrow. But we'll see. We'll see. But anyway, folks, I appreciate each and every one of you stopping in, chit-chatting with me, liking, sharing, going and checking out my website, and following me on all my social medias, especially on the YouTube channel. I need to get that up so that I can get my subscribers up so that I can start going live on YouTube as well. But again, I appreciate 1,000,000% each and every one of you for stopping in and checking out the channel here at 412 Productions. Love each and every one of you, and go out and spread some cheer today. But as I like to say, as I leave you, we will catch you on the flip side. Have a good day, everybody.